Query Desktop, exploring the collection view. Hey, I'm Casey, and I'm going to show off our new and improved collection view. The collection view is where you can explore all the datasets you have in your query repo. I'm going to show you a bunch of actions you can take, but first, let's look at these two tabs. When you open your Query Desktop app, you can see the All Datasets tab. Now let's click over to just My Datasets. My datasets are datasets that I myself have created. The All Datasets tab shows the datasets I've created and the datasets that I've pulled down from Query Cloud. I can search or filter the datasets in the collection. For example, let's say I want to find one of my Chicago Open Data Archive datasets. If I start typing Chicago, it will filter down the datasets I have on my machine. Removing the filter will again show all the datasets. Now let me show you one of my new favorite things we can do with the Query Desktop app. I've been closely paying attention to this dataset by user Christos, who has a global COVID-19 count pulled from the Center for Systems Science and Engineering at Johns Hopkins. Now, I follow this dataset on Query Cloud, and I got a notification email a few days ago that it has updated. If you look here, I actually have the list of versions, but it shows that I don't actually have the latest version. So I can update this in two ways. I can use the Pull Dataset button at the top here and add the dataset reference, but we can actually also use the new multi-select functionality to pull multiple datasets at a time if we want to. So let me select the correct dataset and pull latest. If you notice up here, we now show that a dataset is being pulled in our transfers. This shows us what actions our app is currently or has recently taken. Okay, and voila, we now have the latest version of this dataset pulled from Query Cloud. To show off our other multi-select actions, let's select a few datasets and remove them. A warning modal will show, making sure that we are actually removing the datasets we want to be removing. Click Remove to submit, and those two datasets are now gone. If you notice, both of those datasets were ones I created, so the My Datasets tab says it has 0 datasets, and the All Datasets tab has been reduced by 2. Let's look at these column headers here. You can sort by last updated, which is the last time someone added a version to this dataset. Name, which is the dataset reference, the combination of the name of the user who created the dataset and the name of the dataset itself. The size of the dataset, which is the amount of space this dataset takes up in query, and finally the number of rows or entries in the dataset. You can also click on the hamburger for each row to individually export or remove a dataset. Clicking export here will export the latest version of the dataset. Let's click export and save it to my file system as a zip. Now, if we uncompress this zip and check out the contents, I'm going to show you that it'll have all the different parts of this dataset: the body, which is the underlying CSV data, the commit, meta, readme, and structure. And that's our tour through the collection view. For more walkthroughs of the Query Desktop app, check out our other videos.